High up in northern China, there's a magnificent mountain called Mount Wutai. It's incredibly beautiful. This mountain is not just a natural wonder but also a spiritual haven. Its name, Wutai, means 5 terraces, which refers to its 5 flat peaks. These peaks are often shrouded in mist, giving the mountain an ethereal, almost otherworldly appearance. Huge peaks reach towards the sky, standing tall and proud. These peaks are not just geological formations, they are symbols of the mountain's grandeur and majesty. Each peak has its own unique character and charm, making Mount Wutai a diverse and fascinating place to explore. Green forests cover the mountain sides, creating a lush and vibrant landscape. These forests are home to a variety of flora and fauna, adding to the mountain's rich biodiversity. The dense greenery provides a serene and tranquil environment, perfect for those seeking peace and solitude. Clear streams flow through the valleys, their waters sparkling in the sunlight. These streams are like the lifeblood of the mountain, nourishing the land and sustaining the wildlife. The sound of flowing water adds to the mountain's calming and soothing atmosphere. But Mount Wutai is more than just a pretty place. It's a sanctuary for those seeking spiritual enlightenment and inner peace. The mountain has been a place of pilgrimage for centuries, attracting people from all walks of life. It's one of the 4 most important mountains in Chinese Buddhism. This significance is not just historical but also deeply spiritual. The mountain is dedicated to Manjusri, the Bodhisattva of wisdom, and is believed to be his earthly abode. For many years, people have traveled here looking for wisdom and spiritual guidance. The journey to Mount Wutai is often seen as a pilgrimage, a quest for deeper understanding and enlightenment. The paths are well trodden by countless pilgrims who have come before, each leaving their mark on this sacred place. The mountain has 5 flat tops, called terraces. These terraces are unique geological features that give Mount Wutai its distinctive appearance. Each terrace is associated with a different aspect of Manjusri's wisdom, making them important spiritual landmarks. They represent the 5 wisdoms of Manjusri, who Buddhists believe is very wise. These wisdoms are compassion, patience, diligence, meditation, and wisdom itself. Each terrace is a place for reflection and meditation, offering pilgrims a chance to connect with these profound teachings. Mount Wutai is peaceful and quiet. The tranquility of the mountain is one of its most appealing features. Away from the hustle and bustle of modern life, it offers a sanctuary where one can find inner peace and clarity. You can almost feel the energy in the air. The mountain's atmosphere is charged with a sense of spirituality and reverence. The mist that often envelops the peaks adds to this mystical aura, making it a place where the veil between the earthly and the divine feels thin. Old temples and monasteries are all over the mountain. These ancient structures are testaments to the mountain's long history as a center of Buddhist practice. Each temple and monastery has its own unique story, adding to the rich tapestry of Mount Wutai's spiritual heritage. They show hundreds of years of faith. The architecture and art found in these temples reflect the devotion and craftsmanship of generations of monks and artisans. These buildings are not just places of worship but also cultural treasures that preserve the legacy of Chinese Buddhism. This is a place where nature and spirituality come together. The harmony between the natural landscape and the spiritual sites creates a unique and powerful atmosphere. It's a place where one can feel a deep connection to both the earth and the divine. It's a place for journeys, quiet thinking, and amazing beauty. Whether you come for the stunning scenery, the spiritual experience, or simply to find a moment of peace, Mount Wutai offers something for everyone. It's a destination that leaves a lasting impression on all who visit. The 5 terraces of Mount Wutai are really important in Buddhism. These terraces are not just geographical features, they hold deep spiritual significance and are considered sacred by many followers of Buddhism. Mount Wutai, also known as Wutai Shan, is one of the 4 sacred mountains in Chinese Buddhism. It is believed to be the earthly abode of the Bodhisattva of wisdom Manjusri. The terraces are named after the cardinal directions: north, south, east, west, and the central terrace. Each terrace has its own unique characteristics and spiritual importance. Each one stands for a different kind of wisdom from Manjusri. These 5 types of wisdom are essential teachings in Buddhism, and are believed to help practitioners achieve enlightenment. The wisdoms are not just abstract concepts, they are practical guides for living a life of virtue and understanding. These are wisdom of discernment, wisdom of deep thought, wisdom of doing things, mirror-like wisdom, and the wisdom of the Dharma realm. The wisdom of discernment helps in making clear and wise decisions. The wisdom of deep thought encourages profound contemplation and understanding of the nature of reality. The wisdom of doing things emphasizes the importance of right actions and ethical conduct. Mirror-like wisdom reflects the true nature of things without distortion, and the wisdom of the Dharma realm represents the ultimate truth and the interconnectedness of all things. The wisdom of the Dharma realm is considered the highest form of wisdom, encompassing all other types of wisdom and leading to ultimate enlightenment. The terraces are adorned with numerous temples, shrines and statues, each dedicated to different aspects of Buddhist teachings and deities. These sacred sites attract pilgrims and tourists from all over the world who come to seek spiritual solace and enlightenment. The North Terrace is the tallest. It is often considered the most challenging to reach due to its height and the steep paths leading up to it. However, the effort is well worth it, as the North Terrace offers breathtaking views and a sense of accomplishment for those who make the journey. It's over 10,000 feet high. Standing at the top, one can see the vast expanse of the surrounding landscape with rolling hills, dense forests, and distant mountains. The air is crisp and fresh, and the sense of peace and tranquility is palpable. Many visitors describe the experience as spiritually uplifting and transformative. The views from up there are amazing. The changing light throughout the day creates a dynamic and ever-changing panorama, with the sunrise and sunset being particularly spectacular. The North Terrace is also a popular spot for meditation and reflection, with many visitors spending hours in quiet contemplation. The other 4 terraces, east, south, west, and central, are also special and holy. Each terrace has its own unique features and spiritual significance. The East Terrace is known for its beautiful sunrises, while the South Terrace is famous for its lush greenery and vibrant flora. The West Terrace offers stunning views of the sunset, and the Central Terrace is considered the heart of Mount Wutai, with many important temples and shrines located there. People often walk around these terraces. The paths connecting the terraces are well trodden by pilgrims and hikers alike. Walking these paths is considered a form of meditation and devotion, with each step bringing the pilgrim closer to spiritual enlightenment. They walk for days, saying prayers. The journey is often long and arduous, but it is undertaken with a sense of purpose and dedication. Pilgrims chant mantras and offer prayers as they walk, believing that their efforts will bring them closer to the divine and help them accumulate merit. They believe this will bring them good luck and blessings. The act of placing prayer flags, lighting incense, and offering prayers is seen as a way to connect with the divine and seek blessings for oneself and one's loved ones. The terraces of Mount Wutai are not just physical locations, they are sacred spaces that inspire devotion, reflection, and a deep sense of spiritual connection. Mount Wutai has a long and interesting history. This majestic mountain, located in Shanxi Province, China, is not just a natural wonder, but also a cultural and spiritual beacon. Its name, which means 5 Terrace Mountain, comes from its 5 flat peaks that resemble terraces. These peaks have witnessed countless historical events and spiritual transformations over the centuries. It was a holy place for Taoists a long, long time ago. Taoism, one of China's oldest spiritual traditions, found a sanctuary in the serene and mystical environment of Mount Wutai. The mountain's remote and tranquil setting made it an ideal place for Taoist monks to meditate and seek enlightenment. Ancient Taoist temples, some of which still stand today, are a testament to this era. Then, around 1500 years ago, Buddhism became popular there. The introduction of Buddhism brought a new wave of spiritual energy to Mount Wutai. Monasteries were built, and the mountain became a hub for Buddhist learning and practice. The ancient Buddhist statues and relics found here are a reflection of the mountain's rich Buddhist heritage. People started to connect the mountain with Manjusri, the wise one. Manjusri, the bodhisattva of wisdom, is believed to reside on Mount Wutai. Pilgrims from all over Asia travel to this sacred site to pay homage to Manjusri and seek his blessings. The temples dedicated to Manjusri are some of the most revered and visited on the mountain. Later, during the Tang dynasty, Mount Wutai was super important. The Tang dynasty, known for its cultural and artistic achievements, saw Mount Wutai as a vital spiritual center. The emperors of this era were great patrons of Buddhism and invested heavily in the construction of temples and monasteries on the mountain. The architectural style of the Tang dynasty temples is still admired today. Emperors who loved Buddhism paid for beautiful temples and monasteries to be built. These royal patrons believed that supporting Buddhism would bring prosperity and peace to their reign. The temples and monasteries they funded were not only places of worship, but also centers of learning and culture. The legacy of these emperors can still be seen in the magnificent structures that dot the landscape of Mount Wutai. At one point, there were over 360 temples. This incredible number of temples made Mount Wutai one of the most important Buddhist sites in the world. Each temple had its own unique history and significance, contributing to the mountain's rich tapestry of spiritual and cultural heritage. It was a major center for learning about Buddhism. Scholars and monks from all over Asia came to Mount Wutai to study and exchange ideas. The mountain's monasteries housed vast libraries of Buddhist texts and served as important centers for the translation and dissemination of Buddhist teachings. Over time, many different rulers controlled China, but Mount Wutai stayed important to Buddhists. Despite the political changes and upheavals that China experienced over the centuries, Mount Wutai remained a steadfast symbol of Buddhist faith and devotion. The ruins of ancient temples and the preserved structures that have survived through the dynasties are a testament to the mountain's enduring spiritual significance. Mount Wutai is known as the main home of Manjusri. He represents wisdom. He's often shown with a sword. This shows cutting through things we don't understand. He also holds a book of teachings, which shows the wisdom that helps people learn. People from all around the world visit Mount Wutai to honor Manjusri. They hope he will help them on their spiritual journey. People believe the mountain is full of Manjusri's wisdom. They think that if they meditate there, they can understand the world better. Mount Wutai has many amazing temples and monasteries. These beautiful buildings show hundreds of years of Chinese history. Each temple is different and special. One famous temple is Xiantong Temple. It might be the oldest temple on Mount Wutai, built almost 2,000 years ago. Another important one is Foguang Temple. It has really old statues and is the oldest wooden building from the Tang dynasty. You should also see Shuxiang Temple. It has 500 hanging statues that tell stories from Buddhism. For a very long time, people have made difficult journeys to Mount Wutai. They come from all over and are drawn to the mountain's holiness. The journey to Mount Wutai is tough. It can be hard to walk there, and the weather can be bad. Some people show their devotion by lying down on the ground and standing up over and over as they walk. Others turn prayer wheels or say prayers as they go. The journey is supposed to clean their minds and make them better people. It shows how strong faith can be. Mount Wutai is special in the Buddhist world. It's the only sacred mountain in China where two different types of Buddhism are practiced together. You can see this mix in the buildings, the ceremonies, and even the languages people speak. Having these two traditions together makes it a very interesting place. Temples from both types of Buddhism are close to each other. People from different backgrounds talk about their beliefs and learn from each other. This shows how open and welcoming Buddhism can be. Even though it's far away, Mount Wutai is changing with the times. More and more tourists are visiting. This is good for the local people, but it can also be a problem. The government has built new roads, cable cars, and hotels to make it easier for people to visit. This helps the local economy, but some people worry about the environment and the mountain's special history. Mount Wutai shows how strong faith can be and how connected people are to nature. For many years, this sacred mountain has been a symbol of hope and wisdom. Its tall peaks, old temples, and peaceful feeling attract people from all over. As the sun goes down over the 5 terraces, it's an amazing sight. Mount Wutai feels like a place outside of time. You can almost hear the prayers of people from long ago. It's a place where people still search for spiritual answers today.